Hello, my neighbor. Let's talk about what is the physician's and surgeon's certificate. Okay, so we got another fun bit today. We have another hot take. Check out this title. What is certified? So we're just going to hop off onto this one super quick because I got pulled up off of the bench yesterday because this is what I'm going to set this one up. So I was reading, there was a case, and then there was a case in New York, and then what was going on was that there was this doctor, also called a physician, who was providing goods and services for people, also called patients, and he broke the trust. He broke the trust of his people, of his patients, and he did harm to them. He did harm to them, and he gave them drugs that he shouldn't have been giving them, and he violated them. He violated them physically. And it's good to know that, the law will come down on people like that, especially if they got the evidence. And it came down on this man who was called a doctor because he was harming people called patients. All right. And but the sad thing about this is that it was going on for a very, very long time in this medical institution, and they seem to have allowed it, right? So the institution and the administrators of the institution seem to have allowed this to happen, which means that they were breaking the people's trust all up in there. And we don't like this, right? We do not like when the trust is broken, because there's supposed to be positions out there called doctors, and they're supposed to teach people how to take care of their bodies, because you only got one body, right? And when you break that trust and when you violate people's rights, that's not cool, and we don't like that. But that's what's setting this bit off right here, and this is why we want to talk about, or we want to do the hot take on what is certified, and we want to talk about what is the physician's and surgeon certificate, because these are the little instruments that allow these people called doctors or physicians or surgeons to get out there and work and earn money in the commercial realm. Okay, so we're here to put them in check. All right, so I just want to give a shout out to the New York attorneys for showing us how they use the law to punish doctors. So I really appreciate what the attorneys have done in New York, because they punished this doctor. This doctor is going to prison for a very long time for what he did to women, right? Not cool, man. Not cool at all. But some of the women were not satisfied with the judgment that the attorney general or the district attorney got. Right, they wanted more, but they were never presented with this information. So he was able to get like maybe 20 something or 30 something years, which means that he's not getting life, right? He's not getting life like how they wanted. They wanted him to be in there for a very long time, especially what they did to him or what they did to them, the people, right? And we agree with them. We agree with them because, it's like somebody like that who breaches the trust, you deserve to be punished, right? You deserve to be punished, but you can still find Jesus. That's all I'm going to say. You can still find Jesus, and you can repent, and then you can be baptized and washed in the blood of Christ. And then that way your soul, will be saved, right? But you're still going to have to pay for the crimes that you did here in this realm. All right. But I just want to I can get sidetracked. Let me get back on point. I just want to give a shout out to the New York attorneys for showing us how they use the law to punish doctors. Thank you for your service. Thank you for being transparent. Thank you for protecting and serving. And thanks for this jump off bit. Now, let's go ahead and hop on this hot take, and let's make this one tight. Okay, my neighbor? All right, here we go. What is the physician's and surgeon's certificate? So before we go, we have to lay down some terms and some conditions, and you and we have to agree upon them so we're on the same page. Okay, my neighbor? Now check out this term, certified. This is what certify is. Certify, to testify in writing. That's what certify is. Certify, to make a declaration in writing under hand or hand and seal, to make known or establish a fact. That's what certify is, right? So if you put something on paper, right, and if you swear under penalty of perjury that that's what it means and that's what it is, and you put some skin in the game, that's what we call testify in writing, all right? And we know how to do this all day, all night. But there's also entities out there that we've given this ability for them to certify different trades or different businesses and different professions, right? This is what we've done for our creature in California or in America. Now check this out. Drop down and check out this bit where we say creator creates creation. This is a maxim. This is one of my maxims that I never move from. And whenever you see creator creates creation, you need to ask yourself, who's a creator? What is it that we're talking about, right? And then who are we talking about? So in this bit right now, we're talking about the creator being the people. I'm one of the people. And then they created the creation. The creation that they created is called the Physicians and Surgeons Certificate. So we're showing you where we've given the ability for physicians and surgeons to work in America. We're showing you how we given them this ability. So this is how this doctor was able to get out there and provide goods and services for those people that he violated their trust in. All right, check this out. We're watchdogs too. It says the Physicians and Surgeons Certificate authorizes the holder to use drugs or devices in or upon human beings and to sever or penetrate the tissues of human beings and to use any and all other methods in treatment or in the treatment of diseases, injuries, deformities, and other physical and mental conditions. All right. So if you understand that bit right there, that is the job description for all physicians and surgeons. This is what we've given them the ability to do. So if they have this little piece of paper that says that they're licensed to practice, right, then we've given them the certificate. So we wrote it down. So the people, we've given them this ability and we've given them this authority to use drugs. Drugs are substances. Devices are tools, right? So drugs and devices are tools, right? So we told them that they can use certain types of tools on human beings. Human beings are called people, right? Once you understand these terms and these conditions, a human being is one of the people. Like this body right here is the human being of me, okay? So this is my human being that I get to administer. Excuse me. Remember this and we're going to be cool. Morning time, I felt that air coming up, right? And then when it says to sever or penetrate the tissue, right, then that means that they can remove or go into, right? So like when somebody puts like a needle into you, that will be like penetrate. Or when somebody cuts something and removes it from you, that will be sever. All right, let's keep it going. And to use any and all other methods in the treatment of, right? So whenever they're treating something, they're just doing something to you, right? So if they see that there's something wrong with you, like if you're diseased, like not healthy, if you're injured, hurt, if you have a deformity, if you're not straight like how you used to be, right, then they get to help you. They get to work on you, right? So this is a very broad definition of what physicians and surgeons certificates can do. Okay, now I'm going to show you the order. Now check out this order, right? Look at this bit. This one's fun. It says all political power is inherent in the people. Hi, I'm one of the people. So when you jump back up to where it says creator creates creation, this is what we created. Check this out. Government is instituted for their protection, security, and benefit, and they have the right to alter or reform it when the public good may require. So this is where we're showing you where we get our authority from. So we all power comes from the people because the people have gotten it from God, right? So this is why we're always showing you creator creates creation, because there is a hierarchy in this realm, okay? And all physicians and all surgeons who get their little piece of paper, their little certificate, they get it from us, we the people. So we've created a legislative code that allows physicians and surgeons to get out there and work and earn money. And when a physician or a surgeon breaches the people's trust, like what they did in New York for a very, very long time, and like how that physician out there was violating the women's rights, and they were drugging them, and then they were videoing them, and they were doing all sorts of horrible things to these women. We don't like this, right? We don't like this. And we don't appreciate when there's associations out there that allow this to go on, right? So there's this thing called there's medical associations out there that allow these men and these women called physicians to get out there and come together and assemble and exercise all sorts of political power because of how much money that they can pull together. But we're here to stop that, because we're here to show you where the power comes from. It comes from the people. all political power comes from the people. So the physicians and the surgeons couldn't even work if it wasn't for us, the people. So the physician and the surgeon is controlled by the people. Once you understand this, you're going to be cool, okay? And that's why we say government, our creature, is instituted for their protection, security, and benefit. So the creature called the attorney is supposed to protect, secure, and benefit the people. And the physician or the surgeon is supposed to protect, secure, and benefit the people. So if we see that your skill sets are not benefiting us, and we see if that you're not using this certificate properly, we're going to break you. Okay, we're going to break you. First, we're going to instruct you. And if you don't listen, then we're going to circle back around to you and we're going to break you. So all medical healthcare providers, you guys are hereby now put on notice. Okay, I'm putting all y'all on notice because we're coming back out and we're going to see what you guys know and what you guys don't know, because we're going to build if it's my Father's will, which we just do whatever Father points us to do, and he tells us to get out here and teach all nations. And whenever we teach, that means doctor. So doctor and teach means the same. Okay, so I am a doctor too because I teach. All right, so now drop down. I'm going to show you my job description, because this is my commission. I got the Great Commission, and that Great Commission was and is to get out there and teach all nations. All nations are all people. So what are the people? One man is a people, one woman is a people. When you put them together, they're called the United States. So we were commissioned to get out here and teach the United States how to get down. All right, and we love it. And then who do we learn this from? Jesus. So Jesus showed us how to get down here and teach all the people. All right, check this out. No man can serve two masters. Repeat, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. All right, that's what's up. We love that bit right there. So this is why we're always serving God. I serve God. So all I do is I follow my Father's word, which is an unholy Bible, King James Version. That's what's up. What did he say to do? He said, follow Jesus. What did Jesus tell me to do? He said, love God, love your neighbor. That's where all law hangs from. We were like, got it good, Christ. We're on it. Okay. So we know what we're supposed to do. And mammon will be those riches, and mammon will be that gain, right? But this is a maxim right here, because it says no man can serve two masters, right? So when you jump all the way back up, and then when we talk about all political power is inherent in the people, the master of government is the people. So the government was created to serve the people, right? So the government isn't created to serve other entities out there. The government isn't created to serve political parties out there, okay? So if our government is serving other entities, then that means it's trying to serve another master. It's not serving the creator master called the people. It's serving another master, and then you can't do that, okay? This is also why the physicians and the surgeons, they also have a master. Their master is called the people, because the people created their ability in order for them to get down there and work. But they don't understand this, because they believe that whoever is giving them the permission, like the certificate providers, they believe that the certificate providers are their master, or they also believe that whatever medical institution gave them the little piece of paper that allows them to get the certificate is the master, or they believe their medical associations are their masters, right? And this is why you can't serve two masters. You have your skill set, and your skill set was created for you to be able to get out there and serve the people, okay? All entities in this realm that operate in the commercial realm, your master is the people. Once you understand this, you're going to be cool. Your master's not you, it's the people, right? You got to understand, when your person puts on that person hat, their creator is the people, right? Just like how the people, we have to understand, when we put on our people hat, our creator is God, okay? And we follow Jesus, and Holy Ghost leads us, all right? It's a real simple script for us, but for other people, we know it's very difficult, because a lot of other people have been groomed in different environments, and whatever environment that you've been groomed in, then we know that might be your master. right? We know that that might be your master because that's all you know. And then this is something that we learned within the healthcare realm, because we worked in the healthcare realm for a long time. We worked in the military realm for a while too. And then we know that there's hierarchies in there. So there's ranks in there. And then people are conditioned and they're brought up to understand the hierarchy and the rank, right? But you just have a position, and whatever it is that your position is, you can only move how you can move with that position, what we would call a title. Okay. That's why we don't really care about title man and title woman, right? Because we know how you can move and how you can operate because of the terms and the conditions. Okay. All right. So we're done. Let's go ahead and walk it back up now. So I wanted to show you my job description. I only serve God, right? I may teach man and I may show man the words as written, but I'm serving God and I only follow God. Okay, remember this and we're going to be cool. And then I wanted to show you that order bit where it says all political power is inherent in the people. Once you understand this, you're going to be super cool. Okay, and then I wanted to show you that creator creates creation bit, because I wanted to show you what the physicians and surgeons certificate authorizes. Okay, so we've only given them a little bit of abilities, right? And they better stick to that, and they better stay in their lane. And if they deviate outside their lane, we're going to put them back in their place. And if they don't listen, we're going to break them. Okay, remember this, and we're going to be cool. And then I wanted to show you what certify is, okay, because we have the ability to certify things because we can put our testimony down in writing. Okay, and we love it because it's really cool, right? Who do we learn this from? Jesus. All right. And that's that hot take on what is a physician's and surgeon's certificate. All right. So now you know that the people created the physician's and surgeon's certificate. So the physicians and surgeons wouldn't be able to get out there and work in our healthcare professions if it wasn't for us. All right. Remember this, and we're going to be cool. All right. So we're done with that bit. Let's hop on our next slide. Conclusion. This is our closeout game, and we love it. Trust God. Okay, I'm going to say this one for now on until my father taps me out. Trust God. Put your trust in God. Put your property in God's trust. And I guarantee you will bring down your stress levels a whole lot. Because then all you have to do is you just have to learn how to dress and keep my father's property. And once you understand that this body that you're looking at, this is not my property. This is God's property. I just have a duty and I have an obligation to administer it. I have a trust, right? So I am the trustee of my father's property, and I know that that's what we're supposed to do. And this is why I get upset when I see people breach trust, right? This is why I get upset when I see professions out there who don't know how to act as a team. And whenever I say team, I'm using an acronym as treat everyone as me, right? So that's the same script that I get from the Bible, where Jesus tells us, love God and love your neighbor, okay? Because once you understand where God dwells, then you're going to be cool. And then it's going to be really cool for you to serve your neighbor because we know where God dwells, right? So everybody shines because of God right now. And that's why we say, all you have to learn how to do is dress and keep my father's property, and you're going to be so cool. You're going to bring down your stress levels a whole lot, okay, my neighbor? All right, so let's go ahead and walk it back up now. So I just wanted to give a shout out to the New York attorneys for showing us how they use the law to punish doctors. I really appreciate how you guys show us how you move, and you show us how you operate, and you show us how you attack bad actors. Okay. Thank you for your service, and thank you for this jump off bit. And then I wanted to do that hot take on what is certify. Now you know what certify is, and whenever you certify something, you're testifying in writing. Okay. And remember, in the beginning is the word, and the word is God. Once you understand that term and condition, you're going to bring down your stress levels a whole lot, okay? And then I wanted to talk about what is the physician's and surgeon's certificate. So it's a testimony. It's somebody testifying and writing that those entities called the physician and the surgeon can do what they can do. We authorize them, okay? So once you understand is that the people have authorized the physician and the surgeon to get a certificate to operate in our markets, then you're going to be cool. So then you're going to understand who the creator is of the physician and surgeon's certificate. It's the people. Okay. So just understand that we are their boss. They're not our boss. We are their boss. So we only go to physicians and we only go to surgeons when we have to have a service provided to us. Okay. Once you understand this, you're going to be cool. That's why that's why they fall under the jurisdiction of the Business and Professions Code. Okay? They're business entities. Once you get this, you're going to be cool. All right? So, we're done. Thank you. I'll see you in the future. By God with love. And remember, nobody's having more fun than us. Bye.